Did you know that there are close to 200 countries that exist in the world today? The others are still subject to UN rules of whether they're really a country or not. But hey, I'm sure there are a lot of beautiful places out there worth visiting. But not all of them can be world's most desirable places to call home. This video will provide valuable insights and inspiration. Come with us as we explore the top 10 best countries to live in 2023. Let's get it. Number 10. Japan. The country of 125 million people is known for a lot of things. From its bamboo forests, historic temples, its most famous snow-capped volcanoes, the magical cherry blossom trees, the idyllic mountain villages, to the tropical beaches of Okinawa. It's not really much of a mind-boggling thing why this country is in our top 10. It's also one of the cleanest, safest, and most technologically advanced nations, with literally the best rail system anywhere in the world. In a country with 5 million vending machines and heated toilet seats, you can find a lot of crazy inventions and innovations in Japan that you can't find anywhere else. The big reason for this is that their education system, being the second best of any country, gives a great emphasis on problem solving. With a GDP of the third largest economy amounting to $4 trillion, it's no wonder that this country is home to a lot of cutting-edge companies. Because of its competitive nature, workers in Japan are often overworked. With less time to date or raise a family, they are facing a population decrease. The death rate here is nearly double the birth rate. But hey, if you do live here, you're expected to live a long and happy life. Life expectancy in Japan is 85 years, the highest on Earth. Number 9. The Netherlands. It's a miracle that the entire country has not been submerged underwater yet, because 26% of its area is located below sea level, and nearly 50% of the entire population is living below sea level. Good thing they have genius minds that created sophisticated dikes, canals, and pump systems, or else 65% of the entire nation would be swimming underwater during high tide. This just proves that the Dutch are overachievers, but they aren't exhausted and overworked. In fact, they have the shortest average work week at just 30.3 hours to go along with 29 paid vacation days. GDP per capita in this country is 70 grand. Sure, the taxes here might be a bit high, but citizens don't really complain, since they know for sure that the money is being put to good use. Look at that dam. Look at those schools. Just look at that architecture. And I almost forgot to mention that the hybrid public-private healthcare system ensures that everyone hired must have the same premium. The pension plan is the second best on Earth. Even with their high taxes, they still have the highest net after-tax income than any other country in the world. With nearly no unemployment, no crime, progressive culture, and cities with picturesque sights, people will surely live a happy life here, and their ranking as the 9th happiest populace proves just that. Number 8. Finland. For 7 straight years, the Finns have always taken the spot for being the happiest country. The capital of Helsinki is the happiest city, and there are a lot of reasons why you see happy, smiling people everywhere. It's not because they drink a lot more, but all the other stats that make you want to wish your country has that as well. They have the cleanest air and water quality. They have 31 fully paid vacation days. Take that, Netherlands, with only 29 days paid vacation leave? You can take those paid vacation days to gaze at the majestic natural and untouched beauties of forests and rivers. If you have a government that actually cares and ensures a high quality of life for its citizens, a schooling system where testing doesn't even exist, and students can learn whichever way is best suited for them, they all sound like fantasy if you live in a country with high corruption. They have the highest food security in the world. University here is free. Healthcare is free. Poverty rate is 5.7%. Hardly any crime. Parental leave policy with 14 months of fully paid time off. 14 months! That's crazy. That policy would put most American businessmen into a coma. The only thing that could give you a hard time about living in Finland is learning their language, since it is considered one of the hardest to learn. Number 7. Canada. Canada is 30 times the size of Finland, but they don't have the same figure when we're talking about the population. You see, most of Canada is uninhabited because it's freezing cold. Although, if you love the wildlife and breathtaking landscapes, then maybe you can just ignore the cold. 90% of Canadians live close to the US border. The quality of life in Canada is high. That's why they attract a lot of highly educated immigrants. An annual growth rate of 1.8% has led to this country being the most multicultural and educated nation. 23% of its population came from another country. 60% have post-secondary education, and they were ranked as the best country for both immigrants and students. They have one of the most diverse economies. They pay really well. Canada has the 7th highest average annual wage of $55,400. Their social safety net is also pretty good. Poverty rate at just 8.6% and the 4th safest country. It's easy to find a lot of friendly people here. Here we are at number 6, Iceland. Magical. Take a virtual tour with me through the only island of fire and ice. If you are a thrill-seeking adventurer, if you are a nature lover, if you're looking for something different, then you must watch intently. Here, you'll discover active volcanoes, geysers, hot springs, glaciers, ice fields, and fjords. Also, the reason why Iceland is number 6 on our list. You get your usual facts and figures. High quality of life, lowest poverty rate of 4.9%, second highest average income of $68,000, best country for equality in the workforce, 12 months of paid family leave, 24 days paid vacation time, number 1 retirement pension plan, universal health care, and free university. The reason why Iceland can do all of this is because they are a proud pacifist nation with no military. Their non-corrupt government doesn't steal from people. They only use what's needed, nothing more. When the Fjordfjord Tunnel was fully paid for in 2018, it became free to travel through. They are the 3rd happiest residents and the safest nation for the past 14 years. It might not be safe for your skin and mental health if you are not yet accustomed to the cold or dark. Also, if you want to go hiking there, there's a place in the south of Iceland, 180 kilometers from Reykjavik, which is Landmannalaugar National Park, one of Iceland's most popular tourist destinations. The main features of this mystical landscape are the multi-hued rhyolite mountains, Hekla volcano, and extensive lava fields. It truly is magnificent. Taking our 5th spot, Australia. If the other places on this list are too cold, sometimes it can also be a little too warm in Australia. As long as you're not sunbathing and actually stick to the coast, it shouldn't be that hot. This biggest island continent is home to 685 national parks and breathtaking landscapes. 90% of Australians live in urban areas, which take up just 0.22 of the country's landmass. This country hosts some of the best cities in the world. With a thriving economy, they have the 8th highest average annual salary and highest minimum wage. Their unemployment rate is 3.4% and a GDP of 1.725 trillion. They have an abundance of highly educated immigrants, home to some of the best schools and universities. They are also the 2nd most multicultural country. 43% of the population are 1st or 2nd generation immigrants. They have an efficient healthcare system, which leads to the highest life expectancy rate of 84.5 years. Coming in at number 4, Norway. Much like Iceland, this narrow mountainous country is also home to some of the most beautiful fjords and archipelagos. They have 47 national parks here, and maintaining them is pretty easy, since they do not allow cars from Bergen to Ålesund, Oslo. In the Lofoten Islands, Norway houses magnificent waterfront cities. Their minimalistic architecture is well designed to blend with the natural beauty of their environment. I mean, that's how it should be done, right? Just look at that. You might think that achieving this takes a lot of time, but ironically, Norwegians have the third shortest average work week at 34 hours and 31 paid vacation days. With a country that has the sixth highest GDP per capita at $78,000, a huge chunk of Norway's wealth comes from their petroleum exports and gas. But they seem to have found a way to turn it around since they are very eco-friendly. The economic surplus is invested back into the government pension fund, which just proves that they are not a corrupt nation. Healthcare is also very efficient here and is one of the best in the world. They also give higher income support to unemployed people as long as they are training or learning new skills full time. Despite it being the fifth most expensive country in the world, they have a very low poverty rate. Before we reveal our top 3, here's a friendly reminder to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts so far. Have you been to any of these countries? Share your experience. Taking our third spot, Ireland. The third safest country with excellent schools and healthcare, this country is also home to the fourth lowest poverty rate, and because of its booming economy, the Irish are highly educated people. More than half of its citizens have post-secondary education. The tax code is also very friendly here compared to most other EU countries, which attracts big businesses to choose the Emerald Isle as the European headquarters. Apple, Microsoft, Google took advantage of the tax code. It's just a very practical business decision. With the third highest GDP per capita at $131,000, this is a very easy country to move in, especially for Americans. Dublin has pre-clearance for US passengers. It's not all potatoes and alcohol here, though. They have fresh produce. Call that green. The Irish sure know how to have fun. You can experience it when you celebrate St. Patrick's Day together with its friendly and welcoming residents. Our first runner-up goes to Denmark. When you're in the second happiest country in the world, you'd expect people to be friendly and nice. In Denmark, human connection and socializing are considered to be very important. It's more important than work or money. They also have the shortest average work week at just 33.7 hours, and 96% of Danes say that they have friends or relatives that they can count on when times get rough. There are also a lot more facts why Denmark is our top 2. Second safest country, best healthcare system, second best work-life balance, third lowest poverty rate, fourth best schooling system, fifth highest average annual wage at $54,800. The taxes can get high though at 52%, but since you get a lot of free stuff from the government, you won't really complain. They are highly educated here and are politically active. Their government is known for being the least corrupt nation. Copenhagen is often ranked as the most livable city on earth. Before we give out our number 1 on the list, here's a country worth mentioning. Singapore. This small country in Southeast Asia of over 5 million people has an annual median income of $60,840. It also has some of the lowest crime rates and has taken the top ranking of being the third safest country in the world. It depends on the metrics, but they sometimes fight for the top spots along with the other countries on this list. Apart from that, they also have excellent healthcare, advanced technology, and lots of unique places to visit. Their airport alone ranks consistently among the world's best airports. You won't find a waterfall and an indoor garden in an airport like this anywhere in the world. Singapore has a tropical climate and it's located near other Southeast Asian countries with the best beaches. The only negative thing I would say about Singapore, though, is that they have very strict rules here, and the cost of living is high. But hey, if money isn't an issue for you, and you don't mind following the rules, then it can be a great country to live in. The crown goes to... Oh, wait, not right away. I would want you to guess which country takes the cake for this video. Hint: chocolate. Another hint: European. Alright, this is the last hint. Starts with an S. Did you get it already? Our top pick is Switzerland, and for a lot of reasons why. Best healthcare, best universities, low taxes, high life expectancy of 84 years, after-tax income is $69,000. Apart from all of this, just look at how beautiful this country is. I hope you all love this ranking. Don't forget to like, share, and comment your thoughts about which country you think is best. It doesn't have to be on our list. From so many interesting places in the world, what video should we do next? Share your thoughts down below, or watch another video from the channel. Continue your journey towards expanding your world IQ.